Welcome. It is SVPod. Stanford Steve is in the building. Red is here on the floor. We have breaking news about Red.
And
he's fat. Official, Red is fat. Now, those that go back a ways, remember Otis the dog, rest in peace. And I did used to go to Five Guys to get cheeseburgers just for the dog. Seems like kind of ridiculous in retrospect. I did that. That is the thing I did. He liked cheeseburgers, and I liked Red. We don't give Red junk, but he's thick with like 3 or 4 C's. Apparently, we're going to have to rein it in a little bit. 105.
So, wifey takes Red to the vet.
Correct.
Sends a text. Red is fat.
Red's fat.
Was there a tone on the text of
No.
It's your fault?
No.
Okay.
It was
All
not
right.
accusatory.
Whereas with
Otis,
it was what? Hand up.
Yeah.
Left
hand up.
Left hand up all the time.
Every Commanders fan I saw last night in Arrowhead.
Great.
Left hand up. So anyway, I don't know what we're going to do about it because it's not like he gets out, walks, runs, doesn't eat a ton that seems excessive. I think
Longer walks.
Look at him looking at me.
Longer walks.
Oh, there we go. He's leaving. He's like, well, fuck you.
Most importantly, not your fault.
It isn't. And I honestly don't think I think he's
healthy.
I think he's a big, he's a big Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Yeah.
105 unit.
Want a small one.
Let's frame it. How about you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change we'll change the tone right off the bat. We're going to frame it and just say he's a big boy. What's up, big fella?
Big bones.
He just left. He gave me a look like, is that what we're going to do? Okay. Well, then how about I'll just leave? We are quite literally just back off the tarmac direct to the house to record from Arrowhead last night. You and I were talking about it as we drove home. That's a truly special spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great venue. You think about some of the newer stadiums, they're sterile. They're these homogenized, a zillion suites. I get it. You need to look after your people that come to your games, blah, blah, blah. But the brilliance of Arrowhead is that the architecture of it, the volume of it, the incredible passion that fills it now because they're great.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that helps a lot.
No doubt. But all of it added up. I mean, it could be great they could be great in a brand new stadium out there at that complex. But I think they're smart to not mess with it. You and I have both been to Fog Allen. What they did at Fog Allen was they modernized parts of it, but Kansas would lose everything if they moved to a different joint.
Mm.
I mean, Carolina, when they left Carmichael, the old ones remember it. Cool, you got a 20-something thousand seat joint, but it's a soulless kind of a place. Arrowhead's got the goods. Always a treat to be there. The Kingdom, as they call them, are great. They're kind to us, fun to be there, and their team is just outrageous. That second half is sort of what they are right now. On defense, I think they held Washington at maybe 4 first downs in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
After the first half, Washington comes right out, looks really good, and then some turnovers that were unfortunate both ways, off deflections, etc. But it's a 7-7 game at the half, and then 21-0 second half, 3 touchdowns for Mahomes. And you said it a week ago. That's the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Feels like it.
Can you imagine being at Arrowhead when it was the old AstroTurf?
Like the cement parking lot. Like everyone
Christian Okoye, Barry Word, Derek Thomas.
Have some. Steve DeBerg out there.
He had the finger.
He'd fine. I got one hand that works. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Anytime you walk on like field turf, it's at least there's some give to it. I mean, because they've got 8 million ground up tires and those pellets in there. What?
Buddy, the old AstroTurf. There's nothing like that.
Like playing on cement.
And you get rug burns.
What's the worst field you ever played on? Hardest field you ever stepped on?
Oh, like turf?
I mean, like when you stepped on it, you thought, well, this is going to suck.
Autzen and Husky Stadium were both AstroTurf when I played. And it.
Not great.
Oh, man. Like you hear the pound, like kickoff, you hear the pounding of the feet. It's like, it was awful. Awful. Sorry, buddy. Yeah. Walking that field last night, it's just great. It's pristine. And as the guy at check-in last Sunday when I got to Kansas City said, hey, welcome to Kansas City. We haven't seen the sun in 6 days.
Cool.
Very gray.
We've only seen that. We have a friend that's with the team, and she joked with us. She's like, it's really only like this when you all come here. I swear. And I said, bullshit. The sun doesn't exist in your part of the world. There was one last year. We were there for the Tampa Bay, and we were there for the Saints, as I recall.
Yep.
One of them was
And then
nice.
you had a playoff game.
And I've just blocked out from my memory because that was as cold as I've been.
That was colder than Baltimore the year before? No way.
Baltimore was really cold.
Ugh.
Baltimore was really cold. I failed last year. I tried to dress. I went with a more casual sort of I just failed with my pants and underlayer situation. So it might not have been.
You have more layers from the company that perfected the layers than anyone. You make fun of me of shoes.
Yep.
You with the old UA gear. No one. Shoes.
It's my fault, right? I mean, I have options.
Underwear.
I failed. I just didn't have.
You're gonna get better this year.
There we are. Just try.
How about a dome?
There you go. But it was a treat to be there. The sun wasn't out. It's fine. Sun's out for that team, man. They're really, really cooking. You know, I asked Troy about it. There's all these stats, our guy Cap and a group, Jake, and a bunch of folks, Gordo. We got a lot of folks that help us, put us in a great position, armed with all these different facts. And Mahomes getting the ball out like 2.5 seconds from snap to throw, fastest in the NFL. And I asked Troy, does that have anything to do with a layer of why he's successful? And Troy's kind of, Troy gives you that look where he's smiling in a way where he's like, I know he's thinking, not really, because I just was curious, does it matter?
Hmm.
And I think it's everything else is what matters. It's the IQ, it's the off-platform, off-schedule stuff. That's where he's just so maddening to play against. That's where almost all the touchdowns happened last night. All off-schedule stuff, just improvisation, etc. What are they, 5-3? Is that right? Yeah, 5-3.
3 in a row.
Get ready. They're going to rip off some more. Although, trip to Buffalo.
Last one.
In that stadium.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, maybe. Oh, playoffs.
Maybe. No, everything's going through New England, so.
You know what? It might be. Because their schedule, they don't play anybody. Patriots' schedule is pretty advantageous. But the Buffalo game coming up, it's great regular season stuff. And Buffalo knows better than anybody. Like, cool, if we beat them again, it doesn't make any difference. We have to beat them in January.
Correct.
The end. So cool. We're gonna. Who has that? Is that
CBS 425 next week?
It'll be awesome. You know what they have? Pylon camps. Not for the 405s. Don't.
No.
These are things you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City's on the list. I got a list of teams that can do it.
Also, just real quick,
of course,
they did that last night. 15 did that without 2 starting linemen.
It's fine.
It's unbelievable.
He's outrageous. Outrageous. And people they tire of any team that's great and wins all the time. I get all the calls. There have been some calls that I've thought, that doesn't seem like necessary.
Got a couple ball spots last night.
Well, the fourth down throw to Ertz is a first down. I have no idea what that was. And by the way, this bullshit with the no chain gang, you know why it works in tennis? Because the second that the serve is either in or out, they put the thing up on the screen and it's in or out. They don't even do that anymore. It used to be the clap, 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 and then whoa, there it was. It was dramatic. It was perfect. I asked them in the meeting this summer when we were in New York. I said, well, how's this going to work? And they said, well, it's going to be kind of tricky because the actual process of the drama of the chain being stretched out now it's just done virtually, and then there's this picture. It just, the whole thing fails. It just, and then the picture comes up and you go, that's just it? That's the spot because you said it was? He was absolutely got the first down. I have no idea why they didn't challenge that. But the process of them showing you that, the way it succeeds with tennis being perfect, it is a complete failure for football.
Mm-hmm.
Took forever, and then here's just this picture, and you just take it at face value.
The one adjustment, I talked to all our game crew, and they're as good as it gets. I mean, everybody sees Joe and Troy and Laura and Lisa and Russell, but our game crew with Ackles and Artie in the truck calling the shots was like the McLaurin touchdown that gets overturned. They do that during the break, and then you will get the replay. You were always going to get the replay. I think that helps speed things up. Because, I mean, we go down there every week. 2-minute warning of the first half for you to do halftime.
Yep.
It's never not a half hour. It's amazing how much we see football in the last 2 minutes of the half and of the game. It's amazing how long that takes. You with me?
Oh, right.
It's unbelievable. I mean, with the Chiefs-Jags game, we could have did the whole show just on that.
It was,
it's
lengthy.
Crazy. So when you're there, and I mean, I'm at these college games, and you see the guy walk out, 3 minutes and 30-second break, and you're just sitting there watching it, and I'm watching these guys and what they got to do to get themselves ready to go, and even I think of the fans. So they're a little behind the scenes, was able to see that and have conversation. So last night that happened, and I thought it was noticeable. It wasn't, all right, we're going to be in the break. They're going to review it the whole break, and then they're going to make the decision. Nope, decision's made. Touchdown. We're going to come back, show the replay. Extra point teams on the field. Boom, go. It was improvement.
Yeah, but the first down line is what we're talking about,
I know.
And it sucks. Also, they got the spot wrong. Maybe if they'd said first down, I'd have said yay, but I thought that just made no sense to me.
And then they got one wrong, and they had to use a challenge to get it right.
A McLaurin on the sideline? That one? Or a first down?
It was the Nichols one.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But that sequence right before halftime was right in front of us. And there are a million things on the list of what make the gig cool, but to be on the field, standing directly behind the end zone, watching 22 NFL players in the same 8-yard space, trying to find a window with someone that's open. It's wild to see the speed of it, the physicality
fast,
of it.
Man.
It's astounding.
It's so fast. And the kid, Connerly, really struggled last night. And Karlaftis I was locked in on that in the first half. And I'm just like, he's so fast and strong. And, you got a backup quarterback, so he's trying to play speed. Like, just the whole thing is insane.
But the speed of it when there's very little real estate to work with it's pretty. It's why you got to run pick plays. It's why you got to kind of cheat to create space because they're just none to find. But Chiefs, great spot, great to be there. Don't eat bird ends unless you want the burps, buddy. You told me, and I was starving.
Yeah,
and so I said, "Well, I'll eat it. Hand meat, boom." And then later. And then it gets up in your nose and then it's in the nose, the
wet.
Yeah, the pungent.
And it's just burning through your chest.
Pungent burn end residue in your nostrils.
Not as bad as smoking a pack of Newports the next morning, though.
No, the morning after the pack of Newports in Vegas was a grim sort of residual effect. I have a dozen teams that can do it. And by can do it, I mean, sure. Playoff, okay. Maybe you could win a game. I don't know. I got 12. And then I have some maybes. And then the rest of you have no chance. We're 8 games in. We know enough to know.
Yeah.
New England, Buffalo. Indy. Denver, Kansas City. Philadelphia, Green Bay, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Seattle, San Francisco, the LA Rams. San Francisco's on thin ice because they're so banged up. But all right. Chargers, maybe? Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Baltimore's just my buy-in. I can see your face. They're favored to win the North.
Yeah, I got them.
Have some.
I got them 3 weeks ago, and they haven't won since.
Oh, excuse me, Snoop.
No, I'm talking about the Steelers.
Oh, right. Well, no, that's...
They don't look great.
No, they don't. Anyone else I didn't say, you can't do it.
I narrow it down even farther. It's who can make the conference championship game.
That's a much shorter list.
Very short.
And
then there's the Broncos are like the only if, maybe, to me.
My issue in these teams, in writing down people I believe can, when I say can do it, I guess it means I just have trust that you're capable and that the gap between the best and worst that you put on tape isn't going to be Jacksonville, beat Kansas City, go to London and get boat raced by Stafford without Nakua, give up 5 touchdowns, and just that's the gap between you, right? Nothing's funnier than Atlanta. You get shut out by Carolina. You beat Buffalo. So the transitive property means, if Carolina played Buffalo, Buffalo just beat them by 1 million. The gap between your ceiling and your floor is narrower with the teams that I'm saying I'll buy it. Baltimore is just me refusing to quit them.
I understand.
I know I don't need to explain it to you. Honestly, anyone that's listening, they know.
We have avid, loyal listeners.
They know. They're this year Cincinnati won't quit them. That's fine. Dallas, you don't have enough defense, And Dak was in the middle of one on Sunday against Denver.
Pass rush will do it.
I bet. But them without Surtain for some period of time, obviously not great. They've still got 2 to go with Kansas City. But outside of that, we've reached a point where look, the teams that obviously can't do it are obvious. But, I root for one. Washington, they're old, they're banged up, and they don't have last year's schedule. Pretty simple. And it doesn't get any easier.
Season's over.
Done. I'm aware. There's not fun to say, but where are your wins? Maybe you go to Madrid and pick one up, then go to your bye. But Seattle and Detroit...
You have to go to freaking Spain to get a win. That's a helpless feeling.
When you're 3-5, you'll go to Spain to pick up... And by the way, Miami, I applaud you. You're out of Pooptown. You showed effort and fight, and I recognize that. You're paid to do it, but a week after you looked disinterested, unmotivated, done against Cleveland, you go beat Atlanta. Speaking of done, Cousins and Dalton were in a race to the bottom in the 1 o'clock window. Boy, did they both struggle.
It's bad. I need to see it a couple more times, Miami. I can't do it.
I'm not asking you to throw them a parade. I'm just acknowledging that happened because God knows we pile on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, think about what we're talking about. It's week 8, and we're applauding somebody that showed effort.
That tried.
Come on.
I agree. But I buried them and said they were. It was offensive, the performance against Cleveland. It was impressive that they beat Atlanta
in a dome.
That did happen.
I got a team for you.
I'm listening.
That I don't know what to do with.
Oh, is it the Houston Texans?
No,
because they're. I don't know what to do with them. That defense is real.
Just let them lie. Yeah, you don't want to mess. Don't wake them up.
Stroud would look 300 against San Francisco. Go ahead. Who's the team?
Packers.
I've said them.
I know.
We'll see him in 2 weeks, Lambeau.
You're saying your good's real. How good is your good?
Yep.
And he's the epitome. And when I say he, I mean Jordan Love. You watch week 1. They demolished Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they were still figuring things out. And then you watch them Sunday night. And I look at the insufficiencies of the team they're pounding in their own field.
Go Pack Go took over that joint.
Yeah.
You'll never see that.
Yeah, and that hurts Pittsburgh because that usually I've seen that happen in Green Bay with here we go Steelers
with terrible towels.
Yeah. So I say, can you get to the conference championship game? Packers can for sure.
Yep.
So then I go the next thing. Are they going to go to the Super Bowl? Are they a Super Bowl team?
NFC has far more suitors for that conversation.
That's my point. You got to ramp it up. And I go back real quick on the Broncos. If they're gonna go, they need Nicks to play a flawless game in one of the playoff games to get there. They're not going to be able to keep doing this where he's messing up and the defense overcomes things. And when I think of Green Bay, there's more balance, I think, on the offense. I really like the toys he has to play with. I'm a huge fan of Kraft. I have been. Waiting for this year to see that jump because you saw it in the 2 years prior. So I just, when you got to ramp up and say, all right, we got Philly coming in, and then we might have to go to Los Angeles. Are they capable of that?
I think so.
And I lean towards that, and obviously the recency bias of seeing them be impressive in a primetime game is there. But they are trending in the right direction, I guess, in a way that makes me believe more than I have because of the quarterback. I've seen improvements.
I mean, they second half 20 consecutive completions.
Yeah,
they took some deep shots in the first half. Tim Hasselbeck was talking about this with us on Sunday night. Just they tried to hit Dobbs. They didn't win some 50-50 balls. Then they used Kraft in open space, and he was on SportsCenter with us, and it was just great. He's one of those. Like you, he's wired like a tight end, and I just want to get the ball in space and be
a wrecking ball,
and
man.
he said, I just want to be as violent as I can.
Yeah.
It's like, that's evident. He's a weapon in that offense, and they got it going in the second half, and then, Parsons is going to make you feel his presence, and that defense has got some dudes already, and you add him to the mix. I mean, Green Bay, sure. I mean, they're NFC North leaders at the moment. But them and Detroit and the West is loaded. Philadelphia is most scrutinized. You and I joke about Texas and how scrutinized they are. I mean, Philadelphia is 6-2, and they're always this forensic analysis of them. What are we gonna do? They're 6-2. What are we? What? The issue? Saquon. We got to get Saquon. Okay, he had a long touchdown. We good now?
Yeah.
Well, the wide receivers. Okay, well, they had 300 combined receiving yards at Minnesota between Brown and Slim Reaper. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. They mostly win games, like almost always. I don't get the.
They need a week off of the Niners. They're tough to watch, man.
Well, I mean, they didn't have the football against the Texans. That was an awfully impressive performance from them. But I mean, they're duct tape here.
I can't see them in making the conference championship.
I mean, I assume Pearsall and Purdy will play eventually.
Yeah, that's another thing.
But I've been living in that space where I thought that a month ago.
Affecting your fantasy rosters?
Perhaps. It does help you be aware of many things. I mean, Pearsall went down in a game against Jacksonville. It didn't look like a 4-week injury. I mean, that's sort of might as well have been IR. Mac Jones' Purdy's toe. I mean, everybody says you get that turf toe, whatever, it sucks. So I'm not casting aspersions here. I just didn't imagine from the beginning of the year that those guys were talking about this type of absence. And by the way, they've won a couple even without him. The game at the Rams, insane, and then they beat Atlanta on a Sunday night in their joint. So I mean, they're all right. The team I like the best in that division is the Rams. I think you and I are aligned on that one. Love the Rams. Get Puka back off a bye. Old graybeard tossing it around. They're on the list. I only got 3 for Pooptown. New Orleans, the Raiders, and the Titans. Jets, you're out. They fought.
What? Come on.
I'm in a benevolent space this week. I'm letting could just be a weekend pass. That's fine. Got a victory.
The only reason the Browns are not in Pooptown is because of Myles Garrett.
Oh, that's true. They're in Pooptown. I forgot.
Right,
Sorry, Cleveland.
Pooptown.
Not so benevolent. There you go. Right there. Take the off-ramp to Doo-Doo Village in Pooptown.
Who'd you say? New Orleans?
Quarterback change.
Chuck.
He's up.
All right, so wait. Go back.
Raiders, Titans, Saints, Browns.
Pooptown.
No Jets, no Giants.
No. Jets got a victory. Trending. Right direction. Miami, trending. Arizona's lost a lot of close games. I'm not putting them. And they're on Monday Night Football. I can't
Tune in.
check us out. Countdown.
I like their defense. Get to watch Trey McBride in person.
They're this close to being right there.
Oh, they're every game.
I mean, what's their point differential? -1. That's crazy. They're -1 for a point differential. That's outrageous to have that bad a record. That's yuck.
Carolina's ahead of Atlanta.
Carolina's the least. I have the least read on what they are. Just the gap between weeks where they've looked decent, and Buffalo just obliterated them. Now, granted, Dalton was out there, and I get it. You're not the guy you were when you were a starter for a long time. Just taking a sack at the end of the first half where you have to get rid of the football to get points in a game where three's not going to do it. I'm just saying it was quite a struggle.
Yeah, I mean the interception, the fumble, like the lack of awareness, I need somebody new.
But this is a position much like college coaching where the demand and the supply are not the same. Clearly, there aren't nearly as many that can do it as are needed. Mm-hmm. Why seeing Mariota come out? Some tempo, some pace, some design runs. Here we go, right down the field. And the ball bounces off Debo. Oh, bummer. They weren't winning last night, but I mean, at least he looked capable. Capable enough. We got back from the game late, as you do, and still got to see about 9 innings of baseball.
Yeah.
I didn't know Will Klein, hashtag Amish Ed Sheeran. That's television's John Bucci Grass. They know who we mean. That was his tweet. I didn't know that was a guy I was going to watch pitch for 4 innings and get the dub. But in 18, the Dodgers win. I'm on TV for a decent chunk of it. You're just explaining to me this game is insane.
Oh.
So that's a true show of hands game. We're doing it. The World Series is on. I know not one human is watching.
We scroll up a little bit. I want to see the total left on base.
It was at least 35 because it was 18 and 17 down the other way.
Scroll down.
There you go. Keep it going.
Bottom of a box score. These kids don't read box scores anymore.
They don't even know how. They're like looking at highlight.
19 for the Blue Jays and 18 for the Dodgers.
37 LOB. The approach, the guys working at bats, that's really not the way the game's played these days.
I know. It's a shame.
It's just waiting for a guy to do it. Waiting for a guy to hit a home run. Took till the 18th. Fred Freeman again. It's a short list of guys that have done heroic stuff like that, right? A Game 1 grand slam last year, Game 3 walk-off, and a pivotal game with Shohei getting the ball on a Tuesday night. Toronto just said, fuck it, we're not pitching to you. Walked him. I don't blame him. Tonight, I'd start the game. Nope, not pitching.
Walking him to get to back-to-back MVPs.
It was incredible watching that happen, but I mean, his last 7 official at-bats in Dodger Stadium between the NLCS and this are 5 homers and 2 doubles. Okay, I'll take my chances with Mookie and Freddie. And then eventually one of them's going to get you.
Correct.
If you can't get one of your 19 people home, if you can't touch up Amish Ed Sheeran, then at some point a guy's going to lose one on you, and Freddie Freeman does. So it was just wild. Legs made the trip out. Biggest Commander fan we know. the bar's closed, but we're just hanging. There's a crew of people there in the Lowe's in downtown Kansas City. And I mean, it's many innings of just watching it. And every single time the Dodgers would come up, our group would say, this is where it ends.
Yep.
Every single time.
7 innings.
And it didn't. And then finally, I said, I'm surrendering and I'm going to bed. And it was in the process of getting, teeth brushed and all the rest to lay down to go to bed. And then there goes the homer. I don't have any observation here. This is just Priscilla would be rolling his eyes. What's the topic? Well, we'll talk about the World Series game in the A's. What's the topic? There is no topic, just observations of the game.
It went 18 innings.
There you go. I mean, it's a short list of games that have gone that far. There's probably some inside baseball stuff just about approach. And I mean, they actually did try to bunt guys over. They
what
had
a concept.
Had a runner on third couldn't get him in.
Nope.
Pop up in the infield, as I recall. But I mean,
it's as good as it gets, man. I don't care what anyone
playoff
says.
Baseball?
Yeah. It's awesome.
I agree.
Amazing how much more tense it is when there isn't a ghost man on second.
Almost as dumb as
you got to earn it.
Almost as dumb as going for 2 in third overtime. Almost as dumb. Maybe as dumb. Man on second. That's a real thing they did.
They do.
What a dumb thing to do. What else do I have for you? This college football has completely lost its mind.
God.
Completely lost its mind. The sport is ridiculous. I'd be interested. I said when we do SportsCenter Thursday of this week, I want to talk to Reese because I feel like Reese is sort of the steward of the sport, statesman of the sport. Where I'm get unreasonable and loud, I feel like he's always measured and wise. I'm just interested in his opinion as a voice in the sport, but as a consumer of the sport, just where this all lands, because it's insane. We've been on here Saturday nights going back to September where we're thinking, man, that Virginia Tech and UCLA situation looked bad. Both guys out the next day. We talked about James. Florida situation, you kind of made it. You made it. I know you. You left a little Easter egg there. I don't know if this is going to last, even after Mississippi State. I mean, Penn State, Florida, and LSU are premier jobs. LSU, you talk to the folks in the know, and they'll tell you it's top what?
I think it's top 3.
Most agree. This would send the conversation spiraling on we're not doing lists of best jobs. LSU's on it. You have everything you need there. Didn't a wise man say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple.
Let's just say those that would know. So Florida, Penn State, LSU are there on top of Oklahoma State, Power 4 job.
Stanford.
Virginia Tech. Frank Reich, sort of steward of the program, along with Andrew Luck, et cetera. I mean, there's other gigs that are open, but it's the combination of NIL, which is funded in many cases by boosters, or at least it was, or where that goes from now, who knows, and the portal. It means that the idea that you are going to be given a bunch of runway to build your program up, recruit some guys, get them in there, redshirt them, beef them up like red, and then unleash them on the world as a junior, that's done. I mean, if I'm LSU and I spent millions in the portal, I'm supposed to win right now. And when you got a guy that was never a fit culturally and a guy that just as good a football coach as he's been, and you and I talked about the idea, there's a lot of piling on. That's what everybody does. They're just going to come over the top to try to clown Kelly. That's not what I'm doing, but I'm saying when all I hear from past players is that you didn't make and don't make an attempt to connect with them and build bonds, then people are going to toss you under the bus when you get run because you don't have any allies. You've got nobody that has a relationship with you. People fight for you when they have a relationship, and they'll set the record straight for you. when everyone else comes to pile on, they'll go, no, here's what you got wrong. All I hear are people going, he didn't talk to me for 2 years. That's bullshit. That's a failure of Brian Kelly's beyond the football. You got to figure that part out. He's won a ton of football games. And had he won enough, you know what the people in LSU wouldn't have given a shit about is his relationships with the people in the building, because they'd have been happy. Mm-hmm. But they're not happy because they're not winning enough. They're spending millions in the portal. You're out. We're stroking a check for $50 million and we're on to the next. So's Florida. So's Penn State. Cool. You're just going to go to the great coach store and pick one up off the shelves? You live somewhere where it snows, where it's not supposed to, and they say it's going to snow on Thursday, and you go to the grocery store, and what does it look like? Not a whole lot to choose from. That's the coaching cupboard right now. Mm-hmm. And you have all those teams already who are shopping. It's insane, and it's not a sustainable model, this whole thing. I'm just interested in sort of how you view it.
There's no rules.
No.
That's a major problem. There's no one to police the rules.
Thank you. There are no laws and no police to enforce the laws that don't exist.
And I didn't live it, but I'm guessing that's what made the Wild Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a free-for-all. I mean, we're going to these places every week, and everyone has their story. And we're just at Vanderbilt, and as buttoned up as it is. And then I'm looking at the rankings, and I'm like, like the only school you don't hear anything negative about is Ohio State. Just won a national championship.
And they wanted to fire their guy after they lost to Michigan.
Give it time. National championship and ranked number 1. Indiana, ranked number 2, undefeated. It's like, hey, we're here. A&M finally got a win that they've been begging for. What's really funny is I got caught in a couple text threads. Okay. Really fun stuff. We know how crazy A&M people can get.
Yeah.
But the idea of them trying to grasp now, like right now as we sit in week 10? Week 11? We're in week 10. Alabama beating Vanderbilt at home is a better win than A&M going to LSU and winning.
Wow.
Crazy. You agree with me, right?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Wow. All right, how about this? How about
I don't agree with that.
How about the combination of wins? Winning at Georgia and beating Vanderbilt at home opposed to at Notre Dame and at LSU.
This is like a fantasy football trade where you're looking at it and you're trying to make sense of it. Winning in South Bend and in Baton Rouge versus winning at Athens and home Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
The Georgia win's heavy on the scale.
Yeah.
Because you know what you have to deal with? Aggression. The Vandy win, I know they're good, but I know LSU is a struggling team at the moment who Vanderbilt beat. But I have just too much of an appreciation for what it takes to stare into the eyes of that voodoo priestess at night in Baton Rouge and beat the absolute brakes off of them. Buddy, that's that second half that I watched A&M put on A&M the other day impresses me more. That impresses me. And A&M's the model that people point to and go, they got Elko. That's true. And the same guy that hired Jimbo to A&M that they had to stroke the check for hired Kelly at LSU that they had to stroke the check for, and nobody blinks. And the thing that you and I talked about on the drive home from the airport about rich people is just because you got money doesn't mean you got sense or good taste. I've been to some rich folks' houses that I think, wow, this is elegant, opulent. And then I've been to some rich folks' places and I'm like, God, that's an ugly fucking couch. If I had that much money, I promise you one thing I wouldn't have is an ugly couch. Which is to say that just spending your cash because you got it doesn't ensure that you're going to make good decisions, particularly in a space where it's incredibly difficult to do it. Signetti and Elko are going to be everybody's fuel to go, fucking Indiana found a guy. Yeah, they did. And guess where they didn't look? In the usual places.
Yeah.
They went and got a guy from James Madison because that's who Indiana could get. But he's a hell of a football coach. And they're aligned, and Indiana's got deeper pockets than people might know. They're well-funded, they're well-coached, and they're number 2 in the country.
Yeah.
And A&M was willing to eat a giant number because that is a passionate, well-funded fan base that's never been this. So they got there. So now everyone else is in a race to try to convince themselves they can do it. My questions are just, who are you getting? And God bless Lane Kiffin. Good for him. He's going to get an astounding amount of money. But ask yourself this. Didn't James Franklin just get run for being what Lane Kiffin kind of hopes he is? What's Lane Kiffin's best win? Last week at Oklahoma? What's the biggest game he's coached in? This is a guy that got fired on the tarmac with USC. And we're all allowed to reinvent ourselves and all of this and that. And what he's done with the double-digit wins in Ole Miss, impressive. It's just incredible to think you're going to say that guy, with all these people falling all over themselves, could potentially become the highest-paid coach in the sport, and he's never coached in a championship game. And he can't coach all these places, which means some of you schools that decided we could do better are going to be left to introduce someone that your fan base is going to go, come again? It's okay. And it doesn't bother me. I just find it I don't even know what the word is. It's not curious. It's not amazing. It's predictable, I guess. Because everybody's convinced. They look in the mirror and they see the most beautiful version of themselves. And they all believe. Florida's seen it. LSU's seen it. It's been a while for Penn State, but they believe it. We could be that. We can have that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you? I don't know. You know who's going to get some dough? Your guy Summerall.
Hey, you got to worry about UTSA this week.
Meep. Triangle of toughness. The best jobs, the best coaches in the recent hires. Freeman was there at Notre Dame. You saw it, right? You saw the way that people responded when he got introduced. I always remember that.
Hmm.
Kelly left, and those guys went nuts to get him. That worked. Lanning, great coordinator at a great school. Kirby, great coordinator at a great school. Day, coordinator, great school.
Hmm.
I just don't know who the coordinator guys are at the jobs that are the next ones of those in the cycle. Perhaps some school will be really smart and do that. But if you're Penn State, Florida, LSU, can you introduce coordinator from a great school now and have it be enough?
Yeah, that's the magic question. Because I mean, we've talked about years past too. We haven't even factored in the NFL. We already got one gone. There's going to be moves made in that season.
And we have seen a number of coaches like, Hafley from BC that was like, I'll go be a coordinator in the NFL. Chip Kelly, coach at UCLA, I'll go be a coordinator at Ohio State. Now I'll go be a coordinator in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because there are no rules and because there is this carnage and chaos and turnover every single year, I don't care how much alignment and NIL that you've got, you're still going to have to redo your team every single year. I don't know how appealing that's going to be for guys that are in this space. But you know what? If someone drives the number up to $20 million, $15 million, my guess is someone will figure out a GM that handle my booster stuff for me, make sure my NIL is good, and I'll try to sort out the rest. But you're right about the NFL. Everyone says LSU called Joe Brady. Joe Brady's in Buffalo.
I won a Super Bowl.
Maybe the NFL was calling for him.
Yeah.
Maybe he looks back at what it is in college and goes, you know what? I can't do better than what we did with that Burrow Jefferson Chase team.
And Scott, that's my biggest takeaway, I think, is talking to these guys that have been in college and gone to the NFL. I'd say 90% are like, I'm good. I am good here. You talk. I mean, they are seeing things and talking to guys that are still down there, and they're talking about money and what they got to do to please players and trying to get players ready to play and who's talking to who. Like,
and you know
I'm good,
and you know that your guys who don't have contracts are being poached during the season.
Oh yeah,
all season long. There's no honor among thieves at all, none. And the 1,000-pound gorilla's sitting here in the room. No, it's not Red. He's only 105. You work with a guy that everybody says just call him and make him say no. Think about the chairs on TV. Think about the guys that championship level coaches that go into TV. How many go back? I'm talking about plenty of guys come work for us that are coaches and then get back in coaching. I'm talking about Bill Cowher went to television. He's going to come back. His name got floated around for a few years. And then,
felt like a decade.
Brian Billick got into TV. People said he was going to come back. I'm not saying Nick won't. He's Nick Saban. If I were any of these schools that had the funds to do it, and apparently you all are sitting on bricks of gold, I'd certainly call him. But I think that the gig is far less stressful and probably way more fun. 3 hours on Saturday, I'm in and I'm out. You guys on game day, you just win every week when PR puts the ratings out. There's no L's. You guys don't take L's. So I can't imagine that would happen.
Oh.
There you go. But if I'm LSU, I'm like, hey, Nick. I can't imagine him doing that, though, just because of what he became at Alabama. And then the idea that you'd have to do that, I mean, that's WWE heel stuff that I can't see happening. Just as so many people that have talked about this in all the various college football spaces, just the number of candidates that would adequately address what these fan bases are thinking they should get and who they should be is insufficient.
Yeah.
But somebody could get their Elko or Signetti. But many of you, if you're in that Florida cycle since Urban, how many has it been? I mean, it's
5.
You get like, what is it, like Muschamp, McElwain, Mullen, Napier? I don't know if I have the order right. I think. And it's like going to college. You get a couple, 3 or 4 years, and they drop out and on to the next. And then you're right back at the same place. And then the jobs that will open as a result of people, let's just say Lane were to leave Ole Miss and go somewhere. Well, then Ole Miss is open. And then the dominoes that fall as a result of that. It's just somebody has to be in charge and figure something out as it relates to what are you allowed to do with the money. There's no salary cap. There's unlimited free agency. It's fucking insane. Just imagine the NFL with that. So wait, I can be a free agent after the season and then I can be a free agent after training camp? Yeah. And if I say I'm going to play for the Falcons for this much money, but then the Chargers offer me more, I could just, and then the Falcons are just out of luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where do I sign up for that? Completely ridiculous. The whole thing. And everyone knows it and no one can fix it because there's no one in charge.
And you know what's even more nuts in college sports?
Than this? I don't.
The G League coming back for college. What is that?
I think once you're allowed to bring European pros that are men over, then guys in the G League, I don't know. I mean, somebody, the text or tweet making the rounds last week, Cam Reddish was coming back. One of our dumbass friends actually fell for it, but they fall for most of it.
No.
Yeah, no.
They know everything.
Well, and ironically, it was the guy that knows everything that sent that out. I said, that's not real, right? You understand he's playing overseas in Lithuania? No? You thought that was real? But the premise is correct. The idea that can happen. So wait, I've just gone and been a pro, but now I can... Yeah, it's fine. Because what? Why? There are no rules of any kind.
I just love seeing Bill Self, Kelvin Sampson, and Izzo talking about it. Just absolutely as irate as you could get. And just, whatever, old school, whatever you want to say. But like this new, I'm like, this is really happening.
Yes. You see I follow the recruiting, and I saw that the other day. I think Louisville got one.
Yeah.
And if you're not out there recruiting the G League now, what are you doing? Because there's no rules.
No.
You think Lane coaches at Mississippi next year? I don't.
Trending that way.
That he'll be somewhere else?
Yeah.
And that's not a knock on Ole Miss. I just think that with the number of people that will come calling with the kind of bags that they've got, the thing I've learned about particularly the SEC is that when somebody puts a bag on the table, then all that does is rile up the folks in Oxford to say, well, then we'll put 2 bags on the table. And then the other side says, well, then we'll do 3. And he could just sit back and Jimmy Sexton his phone must be.
Oh, he doesn't use Bluetooth either. He's on the phone holding it like you do.
Old school.
Yeah.
I like to put the speaker on, though.
I noticed.
I don't do that anymore. I got a new phone so that you guys don't have to deal with it. Act like I inconvenienced.
You would have kept doing it if Maddie and I didn't say anything.
Very true.
All right.
No, there's no argument.
We're here for you.
I appreciate that. We weren't on last week when the betting Chauncey, the thing, whatever. I don't know where that goes.
Well, we're going to find out who's going to talk.
There's that.
And that's what you got to wait and see.
The card game thievery that went on, if it went on, that's just, what are we doing? Don't rob people. I mean, don't do that. That's pretty simple. But the NBA piece that's really curious to me is that if somebody knew something, inside information, about a team that wasn't going to play people, meaning that they're not trying to win the game, and they shared that information with somebody who then bet on it, that's really bad. But the fact that the NBA coach would not be trying to win the game is no problem. That part is also insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's no governing not actively trying to win games, but if the information was shared that you were going to throw a game, because your tanking is throwing games, actively not trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
But if you told somebody, hey, so-and-so's not playing tonight, now you're in big trouble. You're in no trouble for not trying to win the games. It's the telling somebody part that's a problem. That makes no sense. You have to fix actively tanking, but that's not a fixable thing because all this load management, this vague stuff.
Like they're like a whipping boy or a puppet because they are told who's going to play for them that night. I'm like, what's the point of a coach? And I go back and like this analytics and numbers and load management, whatever it is. But like I still go back when Dave Roberts' first year as the Dodgers manager. I'm watching the game early game. He's got this guy, Ross Stripling, starting pitcher. They're at San Francisco. Obviously, there's feelings in this game. He's got a no-hitter through 7 or 8 innings.
I remember this.
Pulls him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, that's it. Dave Roberts is not going to go out there and take the ball from him. But somebody who makes bigger decisions than the manager
spreadsheets and
does it.
Right. Just.
And I remember sitting there that night, I'm like, this is unbelievable. I can't believe it. And then what happens? It happens more and more and more, and then everyone's doing it. And that becomes the norm.
But load management, and we roll our eyes at it because when we're on following, a game and the promo is this guy and that guy, and then, well, maybe they don't even play because of load management. That's one thing. But when we're talking about a coach that's just not playing their best players because they're not trying to win games, and there's no policing of that.
But the coach wants to play the guys.
Well, then the league needs to tell the teams the guys have to play.
Correct.
Because if you're not trying to win, there's going to be no reward for this at the end. We're going to draw ping pong balls out, and the team that just misses the playoffs has just the same chance as you do of getting the number one pick.
Yep.
But short of that, the rest of it is going to just be who talks. I mean, I think it was a Pablo Finds Out episode that somehow connected the Porter and the props and Rozier and all the rest of it. And it was an NBA investigation that supposedly cleared Rozier. The prop betting thing is, I'm afraid everything's just too far gone. I don't know how you get the toothpaste back in the tube about allowing those to be bet, but just I assume there are limits on what you can get down on that anyway.
Well, that's where I was blown away, because I thought Shaq was great the other night when he talked, and he said, when at the beginning of the season, we are told everyone's playing. Somebody asks you if so-and-so is going to be able to play. Just say they're playing. Just say they're playing, and that eliminates everything out of it, right?
But,
so now you get this whole new info, guys saying and mentioning that so-and-so's out tonight, and boom, you got prop bets. You got $200,000 bet prop bets. So it's like,
who takes those kinds of limits?
It depends on what your limits are.
But the minute that happens, it gets caught. That's the thing about a regulated space, is that in the old days of calling my guy that ran the poker game down by the zoo, lines might move, but it was all kind of word of mouth on the street or whatever else. The minute some swinger fires in a big number at any of these shops, bells and whistles and red flags go flying up, and that's how this stuff gets caught.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really dumb if you're doing that as a player. And there's a vulnerability there in that I don't care how much money you got, like somebody's going to I can make whatever the number is by just not getting 6 rebounds. Well, I could probably figure that out.
Well, what's going to happen also is you're only going to be able to bet overs.
That's
what it's going to be.
Right, because
and certain places I believe I've already done that.
Right, and that makes the most sense, because you could cook the under by just not trying, but the over, you got to actually put the effort in to get there.
It all goes back to just try.
Just try.
Yeah.
Solves a lot of things. The simplest. Just try.
Yeah.
But you point out the question that's the most interesting, is that who's going to say what about what? Because at the core of all of this is, whether it's social media or even back in the day, the message boards, somebody always knows something.
Always.
And what's the line in Do the Right Thing? Those that know won't say, and those that will say don't know. Keep that in mind. But sometimes those that know will say. And that's how you end up with information getting around. And then people are, to quote Bricktop and Snatch, as greedy as a pig. And they can't just get their little, let me just do this subtly so that we don't draw alarm to ourselves. No. Can I get Jonte Porter's under for $8 billion, please? Excuse me, what? No, I just got a feeling. What's the best game in college football this weekend? I mean, I know you guys are going to Utah, Cincinnati, and there's part of it I assume Vandy, Texas is the most interesting. I mean, Texas is your team.
That's your team.
Well, thank God they got a home game. I'm so excited for them to be back in Austin. They've been on the road for...
I can't wait till you give out Texas on Winners Thursday. I cannot wait.
It's on the list.
Exactly. I told you Saturday night it was going to be.
Look him.
Can't wait to see the
me
spin.
yelling the other night gets turned into like I dislike Texas. I don't dislike Texas. I reject the notion of them in any way being inconvenienced or at some disadvantage. It's preposterous. It's Texas. You'll be okay.
Penn State's getting 21.
That's not something any of us could have imagined. I saw that. I saw the Dirty Terps in the Snake Pit getting 21. That seems like a big number. Now, Indiana might be up that much in a quarter the way they've been rolling people, but I noticed, man, those spreads seem higher than I would have thought when the year began. Gators could be in winners as well. Although, whatever it is, just size on the other side. Fade me into oblivion, or Bolivian, as some say. I'm absolutely dog shit at the moment. Sorry. Not a great slate this week.
No, I'm fired. I dove in on Cincinnati on my flight.
Sorsby.
Where the hell? Love him.
Watch him play. If you like to watch ball and you haven't seen him, check him out.
He could throw it too.
I know. When he takes off running, he's a chore to get on the ground. But they've got scheme, man.
He's all of 240.
Big boy.
Wow. I love their offensive line. Same page stuff, misdirection, whatever. They're always they run so many delays and stuff, and guys are never downfield. That tells me a lot. In this day and age, it's really buttoned up. And what's the kid's name? Royer, 11, tight end, transfer from Ohio State. I think he's a Cincinnati kid originally in high school. He could play. He'll stick his face in there. He could run routes. They use him in a delay screen game.
That's Satterfield, right?
Yeah.
Left Louisville to go there.
And they were totally fine in Louisville.
Because they got Brom.
Well, when he was...
Because
he made it known. He was,
correct.
I can interview there.
But it's an interesting one that worked for him,
both
for Cincy and for Louisville in the end, because, Brom could come home.
But
that's also before things went haywire.
And that's what I were like, that's a guy.
Brom?
Whew.
I couldn't agree more. If I'm one of these schools, how do you not call him? Put on the tape at Miami. Put on the tape. Watch what they do.
I don't know how he's going to be able to say no.
Watch how they go into Miami and jump out to a 14-0 lead.
Miami hasn't looked the same since.
He's got some ball plays on his calling cards. He's got some stuff.
Schemer.
What you need, folks. Find you a schemer.
No, I'm fired because, this. I had him. I asked on our call the other day. I was like, I need to know this. The idea of Rice Eccles, Whittingham. Just Texas Tech goes there for what did they play at 10 a.m. local.
Yeah,
not the same. Remember Caleb Williams going there a couple years ago, night like it was.
That was the year Utah beat him there and in Vegas, right?
Correct. Yeah.
I had the Utes both times. That's back when I used to win.
And this recent stretch of Utah not being good and the deal with the quarterback who's playing, who's not, that lasted 2 years. I'm waiting to see I want to see what the numbers are, what they are like, what they are in night games as opposed to day games, just all that. Because as guys who partake, you would think Utah, they don't lose at home. And I can remember Oregon going there and winning, and so I just want to see what those numbers are to have a feel, because the muss is real. And that's why I give Texas Tech a lot of credit for doing what they did, but even more so BYU a couple weeks going there as a dog at night and winning there. So I'm not as high on Utah as I've been in years. This isn't a
vintage.
This isn't an A-level coach team from Witt. So they got another chance though with top-ranked team coming in. And I look at Cincinnati in this day and age of travel and everybody want to talk, 10-15 Eastern game they're going to go play. This is their biggest game of the year. I mean, they have run their numbers since after losing to Nebraska are as good as anyone in the country. And it starts and ends with Sorsby. and their defense. And as you would picture Cincinnati, transfers all over the place. Like you're going to skill guys, whatever.
That's what the sport is.
I know.
And what the sport is.
It epitomizes it. So I'm fired. I was hoping the Mammoth were going to be home. I was going to go try and see them. They're 8-2. They play tonight, and then they don't play till Sunday. What's that?
They said I meant to. Well, I got some Egg McMuffin on here from earlier this morning. I meant to swap that out. I got it. They sent me
you got a hoodie?
Yeah, a big old Mammoth on it.
Nice.
They're a wagon, huh?
Yeah, they're 8-2.
Yeah.
I was looking it up.
Get some.
Jazz aren't home either. You go see Coach Hardy.
So you never know where you might run into him.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever you'll run into on Thursday night in Salt Lake City. So fire up.
All right.
It's gonna be cold in the morning.
We're at that point now where you're going to go somewhere it could snow.
Ready?
I mean, it feels like it's coming.
In November.
Our short trips are done, bro. It's all long hauls. These coming up.
Although downloading some movies. We'll get you watching some movies on flights.
Sure, you will.
We are.
Kidok. I think that's run out of steam. Anything else?
What? You're not going to watch movies?
No, it's fine. I'm just saying. I'm saying for this chit chat.
I almost saw Mrs. Travis Kelce last night.
Almost.
Okay.
Well, what?
So we had a friend that was up in the suites.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So our space was kind of crowded last night. So I was like, you know what? He said there's space up in the suite. I'm going to go say hello in the suite. So it's like end of the first quarter. So I go, and at Kansas City, like we have all the visual, security things with our credential.
Yes.
You walk and boom, turns green. All right, you can go here. You go here. So I go. They have this gourmet popcorn place that I love at Kansas City. It's right in the 50-yard line. So I went up there pregame, kind of reassessed where I'm going, saw the elevators. And so I go. I'm going by the locker rooms, and I'm going to the elevator up the suite. There's only one. Or actually, there's two in the same space. So I get to the elevator, and this lady looks like I got 6 heads. She's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to see a friend up in the suites. How did you get through? I'm like, I have credential. Everything's green. Guys like behind that I walked already past give me thumbs up. And so she's like, okay, can you use this elevator? And I'm not paying attention. Like I said, end of the first quarter, you don't, at the game, everybody's inside. And so as I turn around to go, I see the black partition. The infamous the one that was moving a couple weeks ago. This one's stationary. It has since been extended.
I see.
But I have to go around the partition to use that elevator. And then the elevator door opens, and they have workers working the elevators, hitting the buttons to go up and down to quicken the process. And the lady looks at me, and she's like, how the hell did you get on this elevator? And I'm like, I have a credential. Like, everything works. She's like, okay. And so I went up to the floor, and as I'm going up, I'm like, oh, my God, she's about to show up. And I'm on the elevator going up, and I get off the elevator. The guy's like, what suite? I'm like, the number. And so, like, literally, I got walked to that suite. And now I'm sitting there, I'm like, when am I going to be able, like, I just want to say hello, get back down. We got to get ready for the show.
Sure.
And so that was my almost seeing.
So this close.
Yeah.
Almost brush with greatness.
Almost.
I think several years in, they've figured out how to manipulate the process so that you can ensure that it doesn't get weird, because I think people just get weird.
And it's better for everybody.
Would you have gotten weird?
No.
Would you have been like, hey.
I would have just like.
Daughter's big fans, yada, yada.
No, never. No, I would have jetted as far as I could walk away.
People are people. Just say hello. Hey, it's lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Good luck with the album.
I love your fiance's work.
There you go. Thanks to Trav, by the way, for coming by. The guy's always incredibly.
What did she call him?
It depends on which song. Song you're talking about.
The exclamation point one.
Human exclamation point.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that. I said, your soon-to-be wife, he's got that sort of vibe, that energy. He brings it.
Every time. Pre-game warm-ups, comes over, says hello every time. It's amazing. Got a little yak going last night, too.
I mean, reports of their demise and his demise, I think, greatly exaggerated.
Have fun with that one, people. Bring back those receipts because it's going to be a long season for you.
Yeah, the they're done bit. No, I mean, as Troy said on Countdown, it was wishful thinking from folks around the league. It's not close to that.
What time's kickoff at Snake Pit?
3:30, CBS.
You going? Nestler?
They haven't been on CBS since a game against Clemson in Memorial Stadium back in the day. We took a bus to that.
Were you in college?
Yeah. Fucked up. They beat them. Beat Clemson. That's like a long...
Neil O'Donnell?
I think it might have been. Bus ride. Yikes.
Reich was in between Boomer and O'Donnell?
Boomer, Reich, O'Donnell. There was that weird chunk of time where Maryland had like 6 quarterbacks.
Where's Gelbaugh? He was in there, right?
He was in the mix.
He could sling it.
He had to spend a little time in the in the NFL. Yeah, that's a little CBS spot. Dirty Terps not given much of a chance there on the old matchup predictor on ESPN.
Should they?
I mean, I'm not saying nothing about that. I don't want that Signetti guy more mad than he already is. I don't need to be talking anything. Just keep your head down. Do the work.
Play hard.
60. Put it on the clock. What do you always say? It's an opportunity.
Are you going?
It's an opportunity. I don't know.
Don't say flag again.
They
play Saturday and Sunday?
The Sunday league has come to an end. Now the Saturday has started up.
So you need load management in a little flag football.
We'll have to see about that.
Have you gone to Stroh-Snyder since Saturday?
No, I'm interested to go just walk in and just give them a look like, huh? That's where they may take you down and, hey, you want some Gorilla Glue? Sure. What else you got? What else? I was thinking about that. It could be a cease and desist. They could just say, listen.
I don't think anyone's going to know.
It's Stroh-Snyder? Yeah. No, I've been told that people show up.
Gift cards waiting for you?
No, I've been told they mention that the people come in and say, hey, you're not Van Pelt idiot talks about you guys. I got to figure out how to promote things that we could get something better than Gorilla Glue. By the way, I'm owed nothing. I'm not asking for anything, but I am.
One of them snowblowers on the sidewalk.
I don't know if we need them here. I fired it up last year just because I wanted to see if it still worked, and the gas had been in it for like 11 years.
Primer.
That's key. Not too many, though.
No, you don't want it to blow up.
But you feel like you're, out.
It's amazing how
tending the crops.
Much is on that sidewalk, and then they clear it every single day.
Yeah.
You'd be good at, hey, Johnny, snowblower needs to go.
Well, as manager
shovels.
of Pet Supplies and Lighting, we keep our stuff super buttoned up there in the back. We don't typically trot out the, various and sundry.
This is amazing. Like, you don't get the old. Hey, they got the bird feeder out on the sidewalk. Get a little 2-for-1.
Yeah. No.
You don't want to mess with Stroh-Snyder security.
There'll be none of that.
They got guys like at the end of each exit of the parking lot.
Yeah,
they just drive right in front of you. Where are you going?
In case somebody pulls in. That's the worst parking lot in America, by the way.
Parking spots are kind of tight.
And people don't look. And me and an old woman yelled at each other.
I park in the same spot no matter what. If I go to Safeway, Stroh-Snyder's, Chipotle, Duke's, Walgreens, all the way.
Thank you.
In the corner.
I had an elderly woman yell at me. I yelled right back at her. My son, she's going to run over the kids.
In the car and you're yelling?
She almost ran over the kids. I'm like, hey. She's like, I was being careful. I said, were you? Dad, why are you yelling at that lady? Because she was going to truck you in the parking lot. Come on.
Tie your shoes.
Right? Like they always want to run through there, and like the cars can't see, and people are backing up all crazy.
It's awful.
Right? We're going to open up a new one. Big out near Poolsville. Get us a gigantic palatial Stroh
native land.
Yeah. I don't want to have my patrons to have to park in the
Scott's. No, it's too many S's. Scott's Stroh Snyder's. That's too many.
I'm not going to run a hard one.
Is that a family name?
I have no idea.
We got to do some Stroh Snyder history.
I think we're not, you know what?
Pull up the family tree.
There'll be no more for free. How about that? Scholarship's over. Okay. I think I missed my window to pick up one of the kids. I sure hope my wife got him.
Yeah, it should be.
I'll go get my fat dog and go inside and take a nap. 105 is not heavy for a Ridgeback. I mean, if he's not eating cheeseburgers, he's a big, healthy dog.
Good.
He said he had to rein in the food consumption. I think that's wrong. 80 to 95 is the average size. Well, he's not an average.
Yeah, he's not average.
He's an exceptional dog. He's excellent. Probably the best food in Los Angeles. You like Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
What a film.
It's better every time you watch it, too, because there's so many characters that you just notice lines, and then the whole C. Riley and
Feel My Heat?
Wahlberg. Oh,
the magic that's on that tape, that does not belong to you. That's a YP.
And
that's your problem.
The audacity of them, like, this is it.
This is the work.
We're going down a whole new lane here.
This is the work I want them to remember me by.
Whatever VC, is that a beta? Starts watching it on.
Floyd Gondoli. What a film. Buck Swope. Run off and open up a four high five fidelity.
It's one of those two. It's a small list. The first time you ever watch it, you're like, how long is this going to go? And now you watch, you're like, oh, I could jump in right here and I still get all the, you know?
This scene, that scene, everybody's having fun.
They don't make them like they used to.
That's a good one. All right. On that high note, we'll see you Saturday night from Utah.
I don't know where I'm going to be.
Hopefully somewhere.
Where am I going to be?
Probably in the
hopefully Dallas.
In that lounge.
I'm not staying for the game.
Morning drinks with that one dude. Remember
is there a Europe game this week?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's in 2 weeks.
Oh, darn. I think the goal is to get to because Monday night's Dallas. Be in Dallas.
All right. We'll see you Saturday night from somewhere live on the
YouTube.
Our page there.
Thanks, Roche, again.
Show of hands, like 11 of you out there. Not one human watching last night. The crew's watching the television that has the World Series on.
I should have taken a picture of it.
Truly,
it was you looking at the camera and all 12 people behind you looking over at the TV of the World Series.
I could have been up there nude juggling bowling pins, and they'd have been like, "Nah, it's going great, Scott. You're doing well. Keep it going." Yeah.
You know what else was amazing? Because it really showed when the crowd comes down to your set. Is when they finally got everybody out of there at 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
Every cup holder had an empty beer in it.
It did.
Every single one. That's the advertisement and marketing you needed. Go to this empty stadium and see how many empty beers there are.
The Kingdom gets after it. They show up.
When they start calling it the Kingdom, when they got good with Mahomes?
I mean, I don't
ever remember Steve DeBerg's Chiefs being called the Kingdom.
No.
I don't like the faithful.
I don't know when names get handed out, dude. I just know that's what they call them, and I know that they pack that parking lot with American-made pickup trucks and grill meat and drink beer for days.
And they sleep over Sunday night in their cars.
As you do.
In line.
As you do.
Light show pregame's pretty cool.
I agree. It's a great scene.
Yeah.
All right. Stop talking.
Bye.